Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session on the future of healthcare education in India, serving India and the world. Healthcare education in India is going through a big shift with advances like digital learning, simulation based training, and a stronger focus on multidisciplinary skills. The education system is evolving to meet the demands of both local and global health systems. In today's discussions, we'll hear how new models of training and education are helping build a stronger health workforce while also positioning India as a source of talent, innovation, and leadership for the world. I would like to introduce the moderator of this session, Kalyan Raman. He's associate editor at the Hindu Group with over 25 years of experience in journalism, editorial leadership, and storytelling. A former marine engineer turned journalist, he has held senior roles at the Times of India, The Hindu, The Federal, and is a founding editor of Inmati.com. I would also like to introduce our speakers. Dr. Somen Saha is a professor at Indian Institute of Public Health, Gandhinagar, IIPHG, with over 2 decades of experience in teaching and research in public health. He leads the Center of Excellence in Nutrition at IIPHG, supporting the Women and Child Development Department, Government of Gujarat, and also heads the Resource Hub for Health Technology Assessment, supported by the Department of Health Research, Government of India. I would further like to introduce our speaker, Neha Sadhotra. She's the founding chairperson of the MBA Healthcare Management Program at NMIMS, Mumbai, where she leads an innovative initiative to prepare future healthcare leaders. With over 9 years of experience across service excellence, Neha is an award-winning researcher, consumer research, and healthcare service excellence. She's been an award-winning researcher whose work bridges marketing insights with healthcare management, and she continues to collaborate with industry experts to align education with evolving market needs. Next esteemed speaker is Dr. Gaurav Mahendra Kumar. He is currently a professor and ex-dean in Hospital and Health Management in IIHMR University, Jaipur, since January 2021. He holds his MBBS degree from SMS Medical College, Jaipur, MD in Hospital Administration from AFMC, Pune, Diplomate NBE degree in Health Administration, including Hospital Administration from NAMS, New Delhi. He was awarded the COAS commendation in 2015 for his meritorious services while serving in OODGMS Army. In September 2020, he was superannuated from the armed forces. Thank you, everyone, to be here. I would now like to hand it over to Mr. Kalyanaraman to commence the session. We'll give it a few minutes for Mr. Kalyanaraman to join in. Also, Dr. Mahendra Kumar and Mr. Kalyanaraman, if you're on, you can turn on your video, you can turn on your mic, and we'll be able to see you. Thank you. I would like to hand it over to you, Mr. Kalyanaraman. You can commence the session.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Glad to be here. It's an exciting time in healthcare education. I suppose it's one of the fastest growing verticals in India. Projections are billions of dollars worth of the healthcare industry to boom and take off in India. That's the projection by many experts, institutions. And for that reason, healthcare education does... it's again another booming sector for good reason, and it encompasses a variety of roles, a variety of talents, and a variety of expertise to leverage. And so to share their perspective, we have these three panelists, three doctors, two are medical doctors, and three are researchers. with their own niches, and they're here to share with us, and that's for that reason, to very specific insights into the future of healthcare education. So may I thought I'll start with Dr. Mahendra Kumar. I don't see him on the panel. Perhaps Dr. Saha, perhaps you can start. You can tell us more. Your forte is public health education. How much of a which I would assume is largely government. Is the government really clued in to healthcare as a broad topic that needs to be studied and managed, or is it just medical doctors who run that sector?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kalyan, for setting the pace. And you say that public health is primarily government. While it is true, it's not just government which is playing a role. And let me take everyone back to where public health education has started. If we go back to the history during the independence, the board committee which shaped the public health infrastructure workforce, during that time, most of the healthcare is concentrated in medical colleges. While they have their definitive role in MBBS and then in super specialization to MD community medicine, which has a definitive role still valid today. But what has been observed over the period of time was that the public health is a multidisciplinary. Clinical knowledge continues to play a very, very important role, but then we need, variety of other aspects from communication to behavioral sciences, management principles. Now, to that extent, India healthcare education has been slow to start with. While these things has taken shape for ages in developed countries, in primarily Western countries, in India, initially it started with the All India Institute of Public Health in Kolkata. But then going forward, it primarily remained in the elite boundary of medical colleges. Gradually, during the 2000s, some colleges, some institutes took up this challenge, including Indian Institute of Health Management Research. Dr. Mahendra is there representing that. And then, several other agencies, entities came forward to open such courses. And Indian Institute of Public Health, Gandhinagar, which I represent, also is one of the institute which basically gear up to public health. Now, we follow a very, very multidisciplinary perspective. As I said, the as the problems of public health education are multidisciplinary, the solutions to it cannot be unidisciplinary. So we need, for example, we need people from economics background to do cost effectiveness analysis. We need people from journalism background to talk about communication. And I can't think of a better moderator than you, who coming from a journalism background to basically moderate this panel on healthcare education and its future. So maybe I will take a pause here since I've given a broad perspective of public health and healthcare education. Just one final point is that you mentioned about it remained, government continues to play a major role in shaping the public health workforce in the country. Uh, but then there are other agencies where public health workforce can play a very, very important role, including, say, grassroots organizations like Search in Gadchiroli. Their pioneer work in the area of home-based neonatal care has become a template for the country. Small micro insurance schemes across the country has gradually enticed the government of India to come up with schemes like Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, Ayushman Bharat schemes. So I think each of those things are there where healthcare workforce has got a very, very important role, and healthcare education has, as you rightly mentioned, is booming sector now. This is the sector of the future, and we can definitely deliberate in the next our time allotted to us on how healthcare education should shape for the future. So I'll take a pause here, Dr. Kalyan.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Saha, for that very important part of in India, especially. Well, in every country, but in India especially, where public health is such a big component of healthcare itself, and it's a separate study and separate management and so on. I now ask Dr. Neha. She founded a course. What were you thinking? Why this course? What did you want to teach your students? And through what was your perception of the market?
So, thank you for the opportunity to be part of this panel. And yeah, I would take this question. So, if you're talking about why MBA in healthcare management, so I would say that healthcare today is more than just clinical expertise. So it's complex, it's a fast growing industry, and yes, it demands professional management. So only the clinical side or clinical expertise won't work. So we need people who can address, who can bridge the gap. Okay. So we need professional management expertise. Sorry. Yeah. So we need professional management expertise along with the clinical expertise, and with rising patient expectations, rapid adoption of digital technology, AI, Gen AI, analytics in healthcare, and then the increasing regulatory requirements as well. I think healthcare organization needs leaders, needs managers who can blend business acumen with the sector specific knowledge, be it pharmaceutical, hospital, or service excellence in hospitals. So they need both. So we saw this opportunity and then decided to come up with a program, MBA Healthcare Management. Uh, our program helps to equip the professionals to drive efficiency, ensure patient-centric care. So in marketing, we talk about customer centricity. So bringing that to healthcare organization, trying to be more patient-centric and trying to create a more sustainable growth across hospitals, pharmaceutical sector, insurance, medical tourism that is also growing, healthcare consulting, all those things. And that's our contribution in shaping the future of healthcare. So we saw the need and we thought of that, okay, why not bridge the gap with a blend of management and the healthcare domain knowledge.
I do have a follow-up question. You said you take people from healthcare, whereas others, IIHMR, for instance, they take a range of students, people from commerce, accountancy, whatever you name it, you can be there. Even journalists, I suppose. But you take students from the healthcare
Yes,
system. What
yes.
is the thinking
So
behind it?
our
What is
eligibility.
the career path that you offer?
Okay, so we have students from life sciences background. So some of our students, they are doctors. They are, MBBS, dentists, BHMS, BAMS, from pharmacy field, microbiology, biotechnology. So they are in a way related to or linked to life sciences. And once they come for this program, first year we teach them some domain specific courses, the healthcare specific courses like hospital administration, uh, global and Indian healthcare system, and introduction to that. All those things we do, and the general management. The courses like your marketing, finance, all those things are there. And second year, they can choose the area that they want to work in. Whether they want to go into the operation side, they want to go into healthcare financing side, or maybe marketing or medical tourism or insurance side. So they can choose that. So they decide their career path in second year. After their summer internship in the first year is over, they decide.
Why would doctors do this?
So
Is it more lucrative? Is there more money, more salary?
yes, I would say that. And I have a very personal example also. So at my home only. So my husband, he is also MBBS, and that too from BJ Medical College Ahmedabad. And then he did his MBA in finance from IIM Lucknow.
Wow.
So MBBS and MBA not and in finance, which we don't see much. So he's covering healthcare and pharma sector. He's into equity research, so he decides that, okay, which stock is worth investing in pharma and healthcare sector. So
Yeah.
yes, this is a niche. And our students, so two batches have passed out, so students are doing well. So some students have gone into these kind of roles and they are doing good for this.
Okay, we'll come back. Interesting point about finding inspiration at home. Dr. Kumar, welcome back, sir. We glad
Thank
that
you.
the
Thank
issues
you.
were
Am I
resolved.
audible now?
Yes, you are. You are.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
audible. We can
Good.
see you bright and clear. So let us please continue. Tell us what's
Yeah,
coming.
yeah,
What's new?
yeah.
What's not.
If Neha permits me, I would like to add on to why doctor choose. I'll just take 1 minute. So because their acceptability is more among medical professionals, because doctor would like to listen from a doctor rather than from a non-medical. So that's the concept of techno bureaucrat. That has come in, and doctors, they have seen that at the fag end of their career, when you are at the top level, so you switch to the administration. So why not to start from the beginning, that you are more perfect at that age, because ultimately in your long term goal you will reach the top if you are doing good. So that probably was my thinking when I joined in the hospital administration department after my MBBS. And being from the armed forces, that administration, you have added advantage, discipline, punctuality, and physical fitness, and those kind of things are, you get by default through your service nature and all. So with regard to, like we were talking about that innovation in health and hospital management, recently our students have been involved with the Aditya Birla health insurance, and they have been working on a AI based model, that is wellness score. So in that, if you stand good in that wellness score, then it definitely gives advantage to your premium and all what all you do. And similar way, Apollo Hospital, they have worked on predictive analysis. Predictive analytics is there nowadays for various diseases, whether it is cancer or whether it is identifying sepsis or ICU care. So various things. In fact, like Niti Aayog has in collaboration with Microsoft and Google, they are doing pilot project on AI based that TB screening and diabetic retinopathy. So these are all basic things, where you can use, and you can use innovations to detect the disease or problem, that it is just at the initial stages. You can catch that and you can take care of that. What we talk about early diagnosis and specific protection and all those kind of things. Similar, Fortis Hospital, they have been using chatbots for patient engagement. So there are a lot of things like NH, they have been using, PACS and all this thing in imaging technology. So these all technology, innovations in hospital management have been helping the patient, and it is economizing the, the health management, the kind of expenditure which was being done by the patients and all, that has reduced uh, to a very very economical and affordable cost, I must say. So these are the things basically we have been seeing, and other things are also coming. I just mentioned to you that we are having vaccines also, like AI based. That Russia, they have just introduced after the clinical trial, though that is debatable, and it will take 1 or 2 years to come into the market, because that proper trial have to be taken on that. But that is AI based. I think you will get the customized vaccines will which will cure your this thing. So this is the miracle. These are the advantage we can take from the new technology innovations and all these things. So
Vaccine is not prevention, but something that
yeah,
cures.
that is therapeutic vaccine. That is not prevention. Prevention vaccine that we have is HPV.
Right.
HPV vaccine, that is for cervical cancer. That is for prevention. But this is basically therapeutic, and you can customize. You identify what kind of cancer, which kind of cell you need to be attacking, killing those cells. So you have to feed that kind of information, and you will get the customized vaccines in an hour or so. That is what the technology is bringing in. So that I just wanted to highlight to the audience, learned audience, though they might be knowing also, but I thought it is I must tell this to those who are not aware of this.
Okay.
So
Thank you, sir. I have a common question.
yes.
If you look at the range of courses that are being offered in healthcare, what courses are there? Long term, short term? Somebody who's in the field for 10 years, 15 years, how can he or she stay relevant, stay competent, or stay future ready, as they say? What are the courses that are out there, and what would you advise?
So if Soman sir permit, so shall I say?
Sure, sure, sir.
Yeah. So because he has not spoken, so I thought let me take his permission. So So actually, what courses we have in first year, second year, hospital and health management. So generally, these are the courses which works as a backend of your knowledge. But ultimately, you have to, you know, you have to see your interest, which area you would like to pursue your career. So you have to match those kind of requirements. Suppose you are going for a consultancy, okay, whether it is a public health consultancy, whether it is a hospital consultancy, or whether it is a IT consultancy. Accordingly, you have to see, you have to match the skill set, whether you have got those skill sets or not. So accordingly, then students are exposed to that. So that kind of courses like value added courses, elective courses, then you have courses on Swam portal, Udemy, Coursera. So we allow our student to get into those and they get the credit for that. So you have to customize your requirement where your interest lies. So those things you have to know, and these are the things actually generally. And for this, we are having a alumni mentor who are working in the same organization. They are assigned to those students. Then we have industry interaction. We call the industry experts so that student can have a real time experience or say live projects. They get exposed to the live project, and especially during the first year summer training and second year dissertation training, they are exposed to these kind of thing. They customize their own, we call it as a individual learning plan. So each individual requirement is different. He might be having certain skill set with him already, but what gaps are there, he needs to fill up those gaps. So that is what generally we are following. So we allowed faculty mentor also to these students. So that is working very fine with us. So this is, I just wanted to share with you what we are following in IHMR University. So thank you, sir.
Okay. Oh, thank you, sir. We have a comment. Deep is saying, we had Purav saying he's a doctor too and he took this management path. You have another comment. What do you see as the biggest shift in healthcare education in the next decade? So you look at the crystal ball, gaze at the crystal ball and say, especially in terms of curriculum and teaching methodologies, what's going to change?
Yeah, can I take that question?
Yes, sir.
So I was looking forward to answer that question because this is a very thoughtful question. And so, if, and I will also respond to the question that Kalyanji, you have mentioned in the beginning that, uh, so if we look into the public health or healthcare professionals, you can divide it into primarily into early career, mid career, and senior professionals. So if they're early career professionals, many of the master's courses like IIHMR has, IIPHG has, Narsee has, and many other colleges of India does offer that. So 2 years master's courses are important. But if you look into mid-career or senior professionals who might need to upgrade, upskills their knowledge, then there are several courses like Dr. Mahendra mentioned about, Udemy has and Coursera has. Plus, institutes does offer such upskill courses. So it is important that people can take such short-term upskill courses to skill up on certain lacunas that they are facing. Now, if you look into the overall shift into the curriculum methods, so traditionally, public health or healthcare curriculum has been, uh, following the methods primarily borrowed from community medicine courses. But gradually, as colleges evolved, so they have made efforts to make their curriculum future ready. Now, how does they do that? And all the institutes that we are representing here and other colleges basically does that by incorporating research into teaching. So every college is basically every faculty is like at IIPHG, we all spend substantial part of our time working directly with state governments, working with corporates, working with NGOs, and all those knowledges we basically feed back into our teaching so that we can give our students more real life examples. So when they go to the actual field, they are not just equipped with theory, but also can incorporate the practice application of those theory into practice. Plus all these things that our panelists have mentioned, like summer internship in the first year, dissertations in the final year, these all add to their real life examples where they can actually what they learn in class, they can use in practice. Plus, what Dr. Mahindra also referred to, I think we all, by and large, follow the same model, alumni industry relationship. And finally, to conclude, the curriculum of the future must leverage on artificial intelligence, which is shaping. At the same time, we should make concerted effort, and we does make concerted effort to distinguish between AI generated and AI assisted content. So many publication house, they have a clear cut policies, and we have also adopted it, that AI generated content is not acceptable, but AI assisted content, where you use AI to basically assist you into generating, writing up proposals, or even doing systematic reviews, extracting articles, developing questions. So those things, some of those are, so ethical use of artificial intelligence is important, and we must make very sincere effort, and we are making sincere effort to ensure that in the era of AI, human intelligence should not take a backseat. So that's what is the new directions which all academic institutions basically are working to cope up with, making ensuring that our students are future ready. A final point here is that, yes, and I have said this earlier also, while role of clinicians are important, but there is an increasing role of technologists, biotechnologists into lot of medical discovery. Now, if you look into a lot of discoveries that are happening, they are not happening in medical college, they are happening in IITs. Okay, they are coming up with healthcare discoveries, they are coming up with the use of new robotic surgeries and all, they are happening in biotechnology. Of course, we need clinical acumen to, as Dr. Mahendra has mentioned, that where should you precisions your medicines, but then technologists are actually using that knowledge to come up with new solutions. So that is where it has to be very, very multidisciplinary. That's where we can make good benefit for our society.
Just to add to your point, I was just browsing through a list of authors who have the biggest, highest H index, which is sort of a indicator of how good that researcher is in terms of citations and number of papers. And you had somebody from BARC, somebody from TIFR, but all of them are doing healthcare research.
Absolutely.
It's medical. And there is one doctor in that list, but 9 others who are not doctors, who are not medical doctors. They are in various other, and they're doing healthcare research. Just shows the kind of activity that's there in this.
Correct.
So I ask Neha, what is going to happen 10 years from now? Your MBA, do you plan on other courses besides management? What other courses? What else is out there? Will come.
I would also like to add first to the question that you asked about the courses, and just specifically talk about the courses that we are offering, looking at the biggest shift in healthcare and how our curriculum is kind of integrating that. So courses like healthcare analytics, digital transformation in healthcare, medical tourism, health insurance. So these are the specific courses that are that we have introduced, so that students, they also because everybody is using AI. You have Gen AI. Okay, companies have come up with Gen AI specific to healthcare. Even doctors are using it for consultation. Some may accept, some may not. And yes, there is also planning. We are doing a research on whether there should be transparency in or declaration that okay, a doctor has used some Gen AI tool in generating the prescription, or maybe for the consultation in some manner. So if we are doing it, actually this is the practical world, students should also be introduced to these things when they are studying. So that's why we have introduced these concepts, these kind of courses in our curriculum. And second thing, the short term courses that Dr. Saha was talking about, even for people who have experience in healthcare, sometimes they also need to update themselves. So these industry programs, the training programs, at NMIMS we call them as MDPs, management development programs. So we do training programs for many healthcare organizations, GSK, Sun Pharma. There are many companies, and we do some short-term courses for them. Maybe a course only on healthcare analytics, or something related to how AI is going to change healthcare. So those specific courses would help these professionals who are already in the industry. Now, coming back to this, the question that how there is going to be a biggest shift, I mean, in healthcare education in the next decade in terms of curriculum and the teaching methodology. Curriculum, yes, we need to update. Teaching methodology, the pedagogy also needs to be changed. It's no more a lecture method that, okay, we tell students that, okay, this is how it happens. If this is a case, this is how you, or this is the marketing principle that you use in such a context. No, so we introduce them to a real world scenario and ask them to take decisions. Through case studies, we have come up with many simulations. So some Harvard simulations we use in our classes to introduce some concepts to the students. And also we are developing one. So in my course on healthcare service excellence, I'm developing one on revenue management and its practicality and kind of optimization and scheduling in healthcare. So we are doing that. So not just sticking to lecture method, improvising on pedagogy is also important. So introduce new things through these new techniques so that students can also be engaged. So that's what we are doing.
Okay, thank you. We were discussing AI, but I would imagine, there's something called the human in the loop that has to be there. But the margin of error has to be like zero in healthcare, right? Unlike other fields where you can let the AI model hallucinate a little bit, but in healthcare, that's no, right? Human lives are at stake. What do you teach students when you're exposing them to AI? Anyone can answer. Dr. Kumar, Dr. Saha.
Yeah, I think Dr. Saha has already mentioned that we should accept AI assisted protocols and all, because AI is giving you compilation of various information which are available in environment. Okay, and then ultimately it is the human mind and your experience and your learning and your intelligence which will have the final decision. So that has to be there. In fact, in biochemical parameters and all, generally they give a caution always, ki please correlate clinically. So I think that caution goes with the AI also, ki please correlate with your own experience or findings or what all experience you have, because you never know what kind of information, what sources, from which sources this information has been taken and collected. And there have been instances that somebody used the medicine advised by the AI and all, and he had to have a very loss of his life some places, lot of other complications and other things. So there have been a news. So we cannot just take AI. We can take it as a as a assistant to your own interventions and other things. So that has to be dealt with cautious, until unless it is a something like even in robotic, what Dr. Saha was mentioning, we have seen there also physician and surgeon acumen is required. It is not just that you order, you program, and they will do it, but they work on your own experience, intelligence, and all those things. So that human things will always remain. So I call it AI as key computer with human brain. Okay, so it is a human brain which is being assisted by the computer, or say digital information, whatever you are getting from AI. So I will say that. So you computer and this AI cannot replace human mind, human
Okay.
intelligence, human emotions. So
Yeah,
those
and
things
can't agree.
cannot.
Did we lose you, Dr. Saha? I think we
Yes,
lost
I
you.
think was yeah, Dr. Saha.
Okay, I mean, I was just reading, there was news recently about there's something called confirmation bias. The AI just feeds onto your own biases, prejudices. It's not really giving you the truth. It's just playing to you, just being nice to you in some sense. So, but there was this news article, it was very well shocking thing about how a depressed kid, like a teenager, he took AI's help and it led him to suicide because it was just accentuating his own fears and paranoia, and it wasn't offering solutions. And then AI finally told him, "Okay, go commit suicide," and he did, which is a very disturbing, shocking thing. how important AI is, what role it is playing. But I wish we had Dr. Saha, because he was about public health, which has got obviously such tremendous scope in India. But I'm hoping he comes back and we can ask him. Uh,
Can I add to this thing that you talked about,
sure.
the role of AI? So there is an interesting research that tells us about what specific task AI can perform. So if we categorize these tasks, it could be mechanical, analytical, intuitive, and empathetic. Four types of tasks. And so far, AI has been able to do really well on mechanical and analytical tasks, and to some extent, even intuitive tasks. But intuitive also, there is some some limitation, and then comes your empathetic. So there, AI cannot completely do those tasks, so it's still with the humans. So yes, we can kind of leverage, we can use AI for the other two tasks, mechanical and analytical, and intuitive and empathetic we should leave to human side.
Okay. Dr. Saha, we lost you a little bit, but we did. If you can quickly give us what careers or what is the scope for public health healthcare?
Yeah, I think the scopes are, variety of sectors. So, gradually government of India and state governments are investing a lot on health research. Now there are miles to go, but still there is a huge scope. Like, within the government of India, there are Indian Council of Medical Research and the Department of Health Research, which are funding. And apart from that, Department of Science and Technology, Department of Biotechs are also funding heavily healthcare research. So there is a big opportunity to seek career either in research domain or in practice domain. But then there are also other organizations, and gradually, along with bilateral donors, internet philanthropic foundations, corporates also have got a role here under corporate social responsibility. Now, these corporates are also gradually, trying to think how best to utilize the resources that they are committing. That's a big area where public health professionals can seek a career. The healthcare career, I think other panelists have already talked about. In the hospital sector, there is a big role of healthcare professionals in hospital sector. But even outside hospital sectors also, there are a lot of healthcare startups which are coming up. And the startups which are actively promoted by Government of India under Startup India, under different schemes of Department of Science and Technologies. So there is a big role where people, why to just become a job seeker? There is an opportunity to become a job creator, and there are now effective support both from Government of India as well as state governments to enable such startups and career in the domain of healthcare. So I'll stop here and let others to comment.
We have, yeah, we have run out of time. It was a very interesting, enlightening discussion. Very important takeaways. Uh, Very interesting session coming up. Healthcare innovation in India, the NHA perspective. Thanks everybody. I thank the panelists for this wonderful discussion. Hope to see you again some other time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It was nice interacting with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.